I bet I know exactly how you're feeling. You've just received a university offer, you've accepted your place, you've done your exams, got your results, and you've got accommodation in place. But what do you actually take with you? What do you need as a university student? I'm here to help you make your packing list because it can get really complicated at university. Between things that you need to study with, to basic household items, and things that you'll probably forget about or not even think about. I'm going to break it down into different sections: bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, clothes, study items, and anything else. So you can start university feeling you're most prepared and know that you have exactly what you need to live on your own at university. So let's jump right into it. For your bedroom, you're going to firstly need to find out whether you've got a single or a double bed, and then once you know that, you can go and buy all of your bedding. So you'll want a mattress protector because you do not know who has been on that bed before you, a duvet, pillows, duvet cover, bedding, sheets. Accommodation can also get really cold in the winter, so maybe buy a blanket or a throw as well, and it also just makes your bedroom feel more cozy, and any other pillows that you need. For your bedside table, you might need a lamp, or for your desk you'll need a lamp. You could buy a monitor. They can be anywhere from quite cheap to quite expensive, so make sure you do your research first. But it's really helpful if you have your own laptop or iPad and you can connect it to a monitor so you have two screens in your room. You might also need to get a monitor stand. You could also get a fan. Some rooms get really hot, so you might need a fan, especially if there's no aircon. You might get a pin board so you can bring some photos that you have of your family, friends, just anything that reminds you of home. You can even print off your Pinterest mood board if you really want, and then you can put that on your board in your room. Just be careful about putting things onto the wall. If you cause any damage to paint, then that might be deducted from your deposit, so beware. But if you do have a pin board, then make sure you make the most of it. Put some photos on it, just anything to put your personality into the room. I also put up some fairy lights around my pin board so that on an evening I could turn the main lights off, have the fairy lights on, and it just felt really cute and cozy. Something random you might not think about is a door stopper. You can use it to keep your door open, and then when you're trying to meet your housemates, the door's open, just makes it a more welcoming area and easier for you to meet people. You can also use it on your main flat door as well if you're having people over. Hangers, you need hangers for your wardrobe. That's something you might forget about. It's not always obvious. Check if you have a bin in your room. You might need bin liners and storage boxes. You usually have a lot of room under your desk or sometimes under your bed, so maybe once you get there, check the measurements and get different storage boxes. I got some sort of felt ones that folded out, and it was very useful to keep my kitchen stuff in because there were not enough cupboards in the kitchen for everyone in my flat. A drying rack. You're going to be doing a lot of laundry and often you have to pay extra for a dryer, so I used the drying rack in my room, which was very helpful. Just a fold up one so I could keep it behind my bed and it didn't really get in the way. You might also want an air freshener for your room or a room spray to make it feel a bit nicer if it smells a bit damp or foisty or gross. Also bring some random ornaments or just anything that makes you think of home. For me, I brought some photos which reminded me of home and a couple decorative things that I had in my room anyway, like a plant. It just kind of reminded me of my room at home, so it helps me feel less homesick. And then your bathroom. What do you need in your bathroom? Towels firstly, face cloth, bath mat, lots of cleaning products for your bathroom. You'll need a toilet cleaner, a spray, a sponge, maybe a little box to keep everything in so it looks tidy, some gloves, a toilet brush. Very glamorous stuff, but all very essential. Obviously things like toiletries. If you're finding this video useful so far, don't forget to subscribe. And kitchen, what do you need for your kitchen? Quite a lot of things actually. Get a pot, quite a big one, because even though you're only cooking for yourself, you might get into a good habit of doing meal prep. So make sure you get a big pot so you can do so you can cook things in big portions and then put them in the freezer or the fridge. Get a pan so you can fry things. Baking tray, you're going to be having quite a few pizzas probably. Make sure you get a pack of plates, dinner plates, small plates, bowls, get some cutlery as well, knives, forks, spoons, teaspoons, and then a pack of kitchen knives so you can actually prep. And then things like a spatula, wooden spoon, potato peeler, kitchen scissors. Those are the essentials really. A tin opener, you need a tin opener. And then things like you need glasses to drink out of, mugs. Make sure you get more than one. I know it's just you living there, but if you ever have people over, it's nice to actually have more than one thing if you have the storage space. Just a top tip when you move in, make sure you claim a cupboard in the kitchen if you have a large flat, isn't enough space. So make sure you put something in a cupboard to make sure it's yours and you sort of claim it so you can actually put your stuff in it and you have enough storage. And then clothes. What you pack for clothes depends on where you're going to uni. If you're going up north, it'll be a lot colder a lot sooner. If you're going down south, you might get away with less jumpers for a while. Either way, it's going to be winter soon. So firstly, remember to pack your coat and also maybe a scarf, hat, gloves, whatever you need to feel warm. Make sure you're prepared for the winter weather, especially you don't want to be running around campus getting wet. That's not very fun. Maybe an anorak if it's still quite warm but rainy wherever you're going. I wouldn't say to overpack. I personally only brought certain clothes so that when I came home over Christmas, I still had clothes here at home and I left the others at uni. So I sort of had half my wardrobe at uni, half here. And that meant when I was traveling between home and university, it was a lot easier because I had a lot less to pack. So only bring what you're actually gonna wear. Don't just pack every single item you own. Think about 3 to 4 jumpers or hoodies, quite a few different tops, especially if you're not used to washing. You want to bring enough clothes whilst you get used to that. Casual clothes, you might also need some different clothes if you're planning on going out. I would also say if you maybe just went to a prom, maybe bring your prom dress or your suit. You might be going to a ball or a winter formal or dinner, something like that. If you already own a dress like that, no one at uni will have seen you in it, so you can just rewear it and it saves you quite a lot of money. So make sure you bring something more formal in case you go to one of those events. Maybe a pair of heels or nice shoes. Make sure you pack your uni bag so it's big enough to fit your laptop in, water bottle, lunch, notepad. Don't bring a really small handbag, make sure you have enough room. And then bring a more casual bag if you're ever going out with your friends, just a smaller bag that isn't your uni bag. And then maybe again, a more formal bag in case you do go to a dinner or a ball, something like that. And then just don't forget things like your accessories, like if you have hair clips, your jewellery, anything like that you normally wear at home. Bring a pair of slippers, Crocs, sliders, or something as well to wear around the flat so you're not wearing shoes all the time. Wearing a pair of slippers makes halls feel a lot more homely and cozy. Pack a lot of loungewear and comfy clothes. A lot of the time you might be studying in your room, so make sure you have enough clothes that you actually feel comfortable in your room and you're not just sat around in your jeans. Make sure you bring enough study items so you don't have to be rushing around Freshers Week buying silly things like pens. Before you go to uni, you buy things like pens, pencils, highlighters. If you need a calculator for your degree, make sure you bring a calculator. Buy a fresh notepad. You can also buy a folder to keep everything in if you need it. For your laptop or iPad, maybe buy a case on Amazon just to keep it protected, to prevent it from getting damaged, especially, you know, if your water bottle were to randomly explode, that would be quite annoying. Buy a planner or to-do list or just anything like that. It helps you to plan out your day. Also just break down all of your studying into different manageable tasks, so make sure you buy a planner or a to-do list. Buy a water bottle too if you don't already have one, quite a large one. You might be on campus for quite a few hours and some of them only have water refill machines in the library or different buildings, so it's best to have a larger water bottle so you have enough water for the day. And finally, other random items, bring an umbrella, any decorations to help you settle in. Also bring a screwdriver in case you buy any furniture. For example, I bought a trolley from IKEA that I kept in my bathroom for extra storage. Luckily we brought a screwdriver so we could actually assemble it. I also brought an extension cable. That was very helpful because I had a monitor and a lamp and my chargers all needed to be plugged in, but I only had 1 or 2 plug sockets in my room. Earplugs, I actually bought these in second year, but you might need them sooner than me. Unfortunately, you can get some for really cheap. I use the loop earplugs, which are a lifesaver, honestly. I use the quiet ones. It can get quite loud in Freshers, and if you're not the kind of person that really wants to be going out and partying, which is absolutely fine, earplugs might save you from many sleepless nights. And you should also maybe buy a first aid kit or things like plasters, bandages. You never know what's going to happen. Also, be prepared for Freshers flu. Buy some ibuprofen, paracetamol, Lemsip, sore throat, lozenges, just anything like that, because it may hit you out of nowhere. That, I believe, is everything you need as a fresher. Other things you might buy with your flat, like for your kitchen, you might arrange with your flat buying a kettle, toaster, an iron, which is quite nice because you can all share the cost, so it only costs a couple of pounds each. Comment down below if you think I've missed anything off of this list or anything else that you're packing. I'm really interested to know. But I hope you found that helpful and it's hopefully taken off some of the stress. But congratulations on going to university. This is such an exciting time. I hope you enjoy your week and good luck packing. Bye.